Another Helluva kick by Zayn. Can Sami do it? Can he pull it off? Sami Zayn is the United States champion.
Here is your winner and new United States champion, Sami Zayn!
For the first time in his highly decorated career, Sami Zayn wins the United States title.
Is the next time you see that person is to say, I'm sorry, I was having a bad day, and thank you for being there for me when I most needed you. Yo, hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I was having a bad day. Thank you so much for being there for me when I needed you most. I love you too, man.
Without you on, you want to hear the MJF interview? Famous MJF interview. You want me to sit here and be cocky after that? All the fans did was prove my point. I'm bleeding buckets, and you chant you deserve it. Cowboys bleeding buckets, you chant cowboy. I have a match won. I get my belt back. 1, 2, 3. Mark Briscoe cost me the match. You chant you deserve it. You chant, you deserve it! I get this bash into my skull! You chant, you deserve it! You're right, I do deserve it. I deserve better than the way I am treated by this company, by the fans. I am a generational talent. I am the best on the mic. I'm the best in the ring. I am the best in the world. I did you a favor by releasing you this past Wednesday. I should have burned you alive. When I see you again, trust me, boy, I am going to. And then when I walk to the back, Tony Khan informs me I am no longer allowed to execute my right for the Casino Gauntlet contract whenever I please. No, I have to give advance. Hey, man, you want to call me a coward? I can assure you, there's only one man who is going to be able to take that belt from you. And his name is Maxwell Jacob Friedman. And when I sign the dotted line to this Casino Gauntlet contract, it is not going to be for a match. It is going to be for your soul. Because my name is Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and I'm better than you. And once I'm through with Mark Briscoe, you'll know it.
Oh my goodness, somebody just low-blowed CM Punk! Who the hell is this? What the hell? Oh my God! Becky Lynch! Seth Rollins' wife! Just low-blowed CM Punk! Punk of the... Oh! Save the match, won't save the championship for Rollins! Off the stomp and the cover!
Here is your winner, and still the World Heavyweight Champion, Seth freaking Rollins!
In 3, 2, 1, clap. Benoit balls.
I still think Kevin Sullivan did it.
I'm Aubrey Edwards. I'm not a wrestler.
Tony's quick sniffs of the week.
No, just my dickhead friends causing concussions and shit. All right, never mind.
There's barbecue sauce. So good, half the face don't work.
With Hogan that close up on the fucking camera reminds me of my racist uncle. I know you ain't listening, but you know who you are, you fucking racist.
Uncle Oh my God, for real, don't tell me that's his name. Oh, no way. I was kidding. I swear to God. That was just the first thing that came to my head. It was the first thing.
Welcome to the Top of Wrestling with your hosts ODM and the Professor.
Good Wrestling Day! Welcome on back to the Top of Wrestling podcast. I am the Professor Mark Fantasia. He is ODM Joe Rizzo. We appreciate you being here every week while we do the news, results, bring it to the table. We got Monday Night Wars from September of 2000. And this week we also got the ending of our trilogy, if you will, from the Breaking Bad series. We did over from Breaking Bad on to Better Call Saul. Today we finish it off with El Camino and Fat Todd. Ladies and gentlemen, ODM.
For some reason, I feel like I want to pull out a quote from Glenn Ross, but you know what? I'm just going to bypass that, and we're going to move on.
Which one? I'm
well,
dying
guess
to know.
What? You're fired. The good news is you get a chance to get your job back, starting with tonight. Oh, I got your attention now? First place is a Cadillac Eldorado. Second place is a set of steak knives. Third place, you're fired.
So is that what you're saying is going to happen if this version of the podcast doesn't happen?
Yeah, I'm guessing Buster will probably get the Eldorado. Weezy will get the steak knives, and you'll get fired.
Dude, it was... All right, so we recorded 9 minutes.
Do I need to drive
really
up to Watertown and inspect your setup? I'll do it.
Honestly, I think we're just going to have to start doing this. Just
you know, you live in a house now, right? You can actually like set shit up and have it nice and set up. You don't have to like hang it from the ceiling on a string and egg cartons on the walls.
I'm still in the RV, cocksucker.
Oh, you didn't go to the house yet?
Not for another couple weeks.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm praying for that day. I'll meet you up there.
I bet you are.
After you've moved in, and then I'll help you set it up.
You don't want to help me move in like you did back in Greece?
Nah, I'm good.
Oh, man, come on. You can maybe watch me crash the U-Haul again.
If you promise to do that, I'll watch. It's got to be a better crash than last time, though. That's saying a lot.
Come on. Admit it. I took out the entire bottom of that.
It was one of those things. It's like
my
God.
Life.
It's like God said, "No, don't say anything. Just sit there and look." It's like I started drooling watching it happen in front of me. It's like I couldn't. It was like I was in the middle of a dream. I couldn't yell out to you like, "Hey, hey, hey!"
It was fucking bad. Anyway, $14 saved my life. All right, we're going to get into some wrestling here. First of all, so last week we talked about Psychos 2, everything that went on with him and Raha Jackson. And, yeah, no, it's not Raha. Anyway, so Baja's that way. It's not Baja.
Well, there you go. English language is weird like that.
Baja! Yeah, when you sent me the video of Kill Bill, it was a perfect follow-up.
It's my favorite scene. Do you understand?
Jesus Christ. So anyway, Psycho Sue, he's awake. He is alert, and he has been released from the hospital. It's funny, you and I talked about this kind of in the previous
10 minutes ago.
Anyway, shut the fuck up. So there are people who are saying that it was possibly a work because the guy had no bruising on his face. And I'm going to fast forward. I'm not going to recreate a fucking conversation and be like, oh, that's a really good point, ODM. You said it. Everything where he was punched was beard level, right? Jaw, cheekbones down. And he does kind of have a high beard, too. It's like one of those ones that come right up on... it's kind of like Whiskey Man. He has one that comes up to his fucking eyeball.
Nah.
Yeah.
More.
But anyway, so none of them were upper head shots, like in the eye or the forehead, so that's why you don't see a whole lot of bruising. But that being said, Knox Pro, a lot of wrestlers have left there. And AJ Mana, cowboy douche, was he was fired, and he's putting a lot of blame on everybody other than himself.
Yep.
And what's funny, and then one of the things that you brought up to me was that he had said, well, when Rikishi's there, he's always like, do this. No, don't do that. You guys should not be doing this, but you should try and do this. And Rikishi wasn't there that night, and we kind of went back to our old ways. And somewhat, the days that he's not there, that's kind of what we've done. In which I said to you, it's cats away, the mice will play. And why have structure? Why? Weird. I don't know. So someone doesn't come flying in the ring and beat the fuck out of one of your wrestlers?
Yeah, especially somebody who's not a trained wrestler themselves. Imagine that.
Mm-hmm. Aren't most UFC MMA fighters, don't you have to kind of register? Is that like a old wives' tale, the registering your hands as lethal weapons?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a joke.
Oh, really?
I'm guessing. I really don't know. Let's call Mythbusters. Find out.
I mean, I went down to Monroe County clerk's office and they let me register it.
And then they said you can have a form Hulk fist as a weapon.
Dude, getting the pistol permit there was enough. And the funniest thing was they called my wife while I was sitting right next to her because they had to do the background check. And
I saw him hit you if you want to file charges.
Well, that's the thing is they ask her, they go, does he hit you? And she goes, no. Like, has he ever pushed you? She's like, no. And he's like, one of them, pretty sure he's like, is he sitting next to you? She's like, no. I'm like right next to the ear. Anyway, so outside of that, hey, we could talk about new stuff now. This will all be brand new to me and you.
Yay!
Look at that.
Do me a favor.
We cut 9 minutes.
Do me a favor. Can you look at your screen, make sure we're actually recording?
It looks like
you
I
are.
am.
Okay, very good.
It looks like I am.
Looks
it doesn't
like you
mean
are.
I am.
Okay, well, different story altogether.
Hulk Hogan's widow, not Linda, his more recent wife, is suing for, what's her name?
Something Sky?
No.
Yeah, something Sky. Who fucking knows?
Broad. And she's suing for malpractice. That has been the word I've been seeing going around, that it was malpractice, but I don't know if it... I mean, I'm just going to sit back and wait. I'm not going to do a whole lot of speculating.
Yeah, no, it's probably best. There's a lot of shit going around. Some of it is that they're referencing body cam footage of the paramedics, which is hilarious because what does it have to do with the surgery that potentially caused this issue? But they're saying when he did neck surgery that they severed the phrenic nerve. The phrenic nerve is a nerve in your neck, controls the diaphragm, which controls the your lungs, basically inflating and deflating. So, obviously if it's completely severed, you're dead or on a ventilator to stay alive. This sounds like it was damaged or partially severed. So somebody noted, I'm reading this from Cultaholic, it says that it was noted Hogan did not have a chest-clenching episode and simply stopped breathing during his heart attack. So we'll see what happens.
Didn't kick out. Okay. So.
Yeah, he couldn't even let the coroner get over on this one.
What a dick. It's kind of like when Hogan said that Taker dropped him on his head and he didn't. Same thing. The coroner's got it.
Finally killed him.
Oh, Jesus. So everybody's upset, right? I mean, because you broke it down last week. You got to watch Raw on Netflix. You got to watch NXT on Peacock. You got to watch the new PLEs on ESPN. Everything's all over the fucking place. And, there's your pirates that are out there. They know what they're doing. And one of the best things that came out of last week, and it's pissed off ESPN, is while, what's her name? Stephanie McMahon was on her, what is it? Secret hiding places or whatever her fucking show is.
Something stories.
Yeah.
Period stories. I don't know.
Sure. Actually, I did send you a funny one where I think it was Roman Reigns was talking about taking something up the ass or something like that. She's like, it can be difficult, but and you're like, whoa, easy, Stephanie.
There is that clip of her talking about taking it up the ass from Triple H on Stern.
Oh my God, there is that. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Man, we should listen to that.
It's a callback. We should just play it. Play it right now.
So, but they're not happy with her because she said, I know there's a lot of you out there that, aren't happy with, how we're, going to be able to have these all on the different platforms. And she said, and with a VPN, you can watch everything on Netflix because that's what everybody else is doing internationally. Everything is all right there. US is getting fucked and everybody else is all in one fucking spot like it used to be on the WWE network. So she's over here promoting condoms for your computer, and ESPN wasn't happy with it. I think it's fucking hysterical.
I think it's hysterical, and Stephanie just became that much sexier. You talk about a chick that takes it in the back door and says, fuck the man, get a VPN. You know what I got to say about that? Da-da-da, da-da-da.
It's the first time we've used that in a positive light. We've talked about it before. If you're out, or not even out, you go to a fucking signing, one of those Comic-Cons or whatever those things, and you get a chance to meet a person, don't grope them, don't touch them.
Don't touch them. Just don't make no contact.
Yeah, you can extend for a fist bump or a handshake, and if they don't give it back, hey, you know what? Pandemic, made everybody stop touching things. But fucking not everything. So Rhea Ripley was swarmed, and it looked like
disgusting.
Minimum. It was like 30-ish people that swarmed up around her on a rider at her Uber. 20 or 30 people. And like non-breathing room. And I was like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, it used to be that way like when the Beatles would come running out, right? But at least there was security to kind of knock those bitches down that came running and crying over there.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. These guys that are going at him, I mean, it's like uncomfortable. And I've seen a video where like she's in the airport, someone stopped and talked to her, and Kevin Owens like, "Are you okay?" Like, 'cause that's all they do is like stop and talk to him.
But you had solo escorting. Was it Liv through an airport?
Yes,
or somebody. Yeah.
But also, if you don't act like that on TV, maybe I won't do that kind of stuff. I'm just kidding. What were you going to say?
That's fucking awful. As usual, the professor's views do not reflect those of the Top of Wrestling or ODM. It's bad. It is bad. It's disgusting when you watch the video. Because here's the fucked up thing. When you watch the video, she's walking by herself. She's literally. She looks like a regular. Country. She looks like another person, just walking around, listening to her headphones, whatever. And then one person comes up, then two, then four, then eight. It's mob mentality. Once that one person goes up to her, two more people see that dude and are like, oh shit, it's Rhea. And then eight more. You see what I'm saying? It's like the Wayne's World thing. And they tell a friend, and they tell a friend. It's that mob mentality, man. That's a hard thing to ditch. That's like years of fucking breeding. So it's disgusting, though. Yeah, don't be a shitberg. Just like I said, fist bump. Hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. That's good enough, dude. That's all. Fucking, They don't owe you anything.
And it's funny because like they don't want to do autographs. They're like, I'll do a picture with you, but I don't want to do an autograph because people just try and sell it. And I'm like, I don't want your autograph, to be honest with you. I'd rather a picture with you. I got a picture with Jim Kelly. I have a football signed by him. Don't give a fuck about the football. I have a picture of me and Jim Kelly together. That's how I look at it.
Fuck yeah. No, I agree with you, man.
I didn't wrap my arms around him like I was going to prom with him the way some of these guys do at the fucking Comic-Cons. So, you said it last week. You are a bigger fan of Ludwig Kaiser as El Grande Americano versus Chad Gable, just because of the languages and, his presentation. Well, it's looking like Chad Gable may be in danger of not really getting that gimmick back, which is fine. He denied it was him the whole time. They never revealed the fucking mask. We knew it was him. Fuck you, Whiskey Man. But, but if you just keep it with Ludwig, I'm fine with it. I'm absolutely fine. You know what? I forgot. Matt Bourne was Doink, and then someone else was it right after. I never knew the difference. Couldn't tell. There was a mask. There was a paint on his face.
Paint, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw this before we recorded. I didn't bother putting it in because a lot of the stuff that I saw, again, seemed like a lot of conjecture. it seemed like it was people basically saying Kaiser's doing so well. I don't think Gable's going to get it back. I have not seen it reported that there are rumblings from within WWE saying he may not get it. I don't know what you saw. I'm just telling you what I saw. But here's the thing. I'm with you. Yeah, and Gable's beneath that anyway. He should be doing something more meaningful. No stable, no nothing, man on a mission. You know what? Give him the fucking Sami Zayn spot. We'll get to that when we get to it. But
actually, I'd actually rather Chad come back and feud with El Grande Americano and be like, everybody thought I was you. At least have that. A little something.
A good kicking off point. And just have him obliterate
Yeah.
him and fucking move on from there. I like it.
Well, you can't. You're not going to shoot him to a main event. You can't.
I understand main event. I'm just saying a fucking U.S. championship or
Mid-card.
something. You know what I'm saying?
Fair
Yeah.
enough. I'm with you. So, Konosuke Takeshita, bam. He apparently is going to be facing Zack Sabre Jr. in October for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship.
I had a bad feeling about this.
It's just what they do now. So last year, Zack Sabre did it.
Right. You're right.
And it's just automatic that they're doing it again this year. And I'm like, that sucks. But however, winning a tournament in August and waiting all the way till January to get a title shot is a real fucking long time.
The thing about it, you go
It's a
Rumble
lot to sell. Yeah. You have the storylines throughout those months and everything.
Rumble to Mania.
Usually, basically. But this is, if you looked at it for this, was anybody that beat Konosuke during the G1 Climax, he then had to go through and face again and kind of defend his case in some ways. Remember, they would do that as well.
Yes.
So I guess, yeah, we're going to pull the trigger in October for this championship match. I can't wait. I've actually, it's been a long time since I've been excited for this.
So kayfabe, pal. When you receive the means to observe this display of athleticism.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. We're already there. But yeah, you got to stay off everything that day.
Ping me and let me know, and because
I
am
stay
going
off all wrestling websites and social
just
media.
Just off social media at all. Yeah, no, I'm not going to pay attention
because it fucking ends at like 6 a.m. here in New York. So it's and in contract news, I'm sure you've probably seen a little bit of this rumblings. The Righteous are finishing up some of their indie dates. They were released by AEW / Ring of Honor back, I think, a couple of months ago. And they have been shown a lot of interest from WWE. Now, I did hear another random thing that it was like, maybe they would fit in the Wyatt 6. And I was like, nope. There's already enough bullshit going on in that crew. Leave it alone. What I would actually do is put them directly in NXT, let them get a good starter there, build out, and let everybody see who the Righteous are, because not many people probably know, if you watch WWE or just NXT only, you do not likely have a clue who they are. However, you'll like them right away. Vincent I fucking love him. He is such a great character. And I'm not talking Virgil.
Where the white woman at?
And over to TK's quick sniffs of the week. Now, this one makes me laugh. This is how great their referees are. Last week I told you about how at Forbidden Door, Brody King and Bandito won the Ring of Honor, or not the Ring of Honor, the AEW Tag Team Championships against FTR and the Hurt Syndicate. Bandito got the pin. Was never the legal man. There are 6 people in this fucking match. You were one of them that was not legal to tag, that was not legally tagged in, and you got the pin. That is AEW refereeing for you. They just don't pay attention to it, man.
They don't give a shit. It all goes, especially in tag matches. I remember when we were like really looking forward to Aubrey Ed. Thought she had a lot of potential. She was actually serious for a while. That lipstick was still distracting as hell. Thankfully they took off the reins before she went into the ring. But then she just fucking, dude. I mean, she's become a meme of herself at this point with the fucking oh god, yes. We haven't used that yet. Did we use that yet? I don't remember. No, we didn't use it yet. Nightmare fuel right there. I'm not a wrestler.
I love AEW refereeing. They're always just horsing around. Now, another good one. I got to get your opinion on this. You're a Marvel guy. You've watched Guardians of the Galaxy, so you know who Groot is. Mm-hmm. Groot's my man. Love it. I like Baby Groot more than I like Adult Groot, but they're both equally.
Baby Groot or Teenage Groot?
Well, I like Guardians 2 the most, so I would have to say Baby Groot.
Well, that's Teenage Groot, basically.
No, that's Baby. The tiny one.
Oh, I'm thinking of. I think I'm thinking of Avengers. Yep, my bad.
Okay. Jake Hager. This goes back to last week's conversation about him. And what's funny, though, is that, like, of all the things that he said, like, fuck Tony and this and that, Jim Cornette was like, what the fuck did Jake Hager ever even do in AEW? Like, besides ever show up and be in Jericho's group, what did he ever do? And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of true.
Kind of true.
But do you remember when he started saying, I love this hat? And it was that purple hat. And it was a part of the Jericho Appreciation Society, where they all dressed like Backstreet Boys, basically.
Mm-hmm.
He had an idea that he wanted to go to, or that he went to Tony Khan and had the idea that every time he say, I love this purple hat, it's the only thing I'm ever going to say. It's like, I am Groot. And Rocket is like, nah, it's not that kind of mask. It's not what you really mean, man. Like, where he's talking about something, he'll
right.
know what he means. And people in the Jericho Appreciation Society were going to understand him, or at least one person would have. And like, every time he just says, I love this hat. You're right, Jake. We are going to kick their ass tonight in the ring. I got to be honest with you. I think it would have went over. I think eventually it would have went over.
With that crowd, of course it would have.
And I'm sure you would have liked it.
I would have laughed the first couple times, and I would have said, why is Jake Hager still on TV?
Well, there is that, but that's not what we're debating. I'm debating a good storyline. I'm just curious, would you have liked it if it was there?
I think I would have liked Aubrey Ed's head on a horse more.
Well, I say nay.
This show sucks.
This show sucks. I'm the professor. I bid you a farewell. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, now we're going to go over to Uncle Dave's claims of the week. I called this. I'm pretty sure I called it, but I can't 100% say for sure. But the Lights Out Steel Cage 5 versus 5 match at Forbidden Door was given 5 stars.
Yeah, naturally.
Now, to the people who were in the match, are you ready for this? To the recipients who were a part of this match, Will Ospreay gained his 54th 5-star match, 5 or more. Kenny Omega got 30. Hiroshi Tanahashi got 17. Those were probably more well-deserved back in the earlier days.
They're older, yeah, definitely.
Yep. And the Young Bucks both have 14, as well as Clunky Ibushi.
Clunky Ibushi. Yeah, that sounds like a crime. How many does Kurt Angle have again?
You know, the other thing I saw that Dave claimed, thought was really great. He gave Bret Hart and Owen Hart from SummerSlam 94 5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
Someone put up a post of Dustin and Cody and said, one of the best brother versus brother matches of all time. AEW's first 5-star. And Dave Meltzer retweets it saying one of the best brother matches, meaning like it was the best brother match.
No way.
You gave them both 5 stars. It wasn't 5.25 for either one of them, just 5. So you argue yourself. You bullshit yourself.
Mm-hmm. He likes what he likes, man. That's all there is to it. We keep saying titles are meaningless, so are star rankings.
Oh, 100%. It's funny because back in the day, Brother Marty actually made me an awesome DVD that had 5-star matches.
Oh,
Actual
nice.
ranked from Dave Meltzer. But we're talking 80s and early 90s.
Right.
Tiger Kid and Dynamite, Tiger Kid and Dynamite Kid. Mm-hmm. Or Tiger Mask.
Tiger Mask.
I'm sorry, Tiger Mask and Dynamite
That's
Kid.
the classic. Yeah, I mean, that's the...
But that's what I'm saying. But those were...
Yep.
Nowadays, it's, oh, he set him on fire. Well, you already got 4 right there off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
He gave Hangman and MJF 4.5 for that bullshit match. And I actually listened. I try not to listen to anybody else's shit again. You know what I mean? I want to form my own opinion.
Right.
But I was curious what Cornette said about the MJF Paige match. And they were both dead on with me, like, 3 minutes his fucking leg was on the rope. Either wake up and take the thing off the rope and be like, hey, ref, look over here. And I was like, okay, good. I wasn't the only one that was really irritated with that.
It was bad. Again, fucking refs have no fucking clue. They probably fucking wrestle for Knox Pro on the weekend.
Oh, man. All right, let's get into some results, man. We got pay-per-view, we got TV results. So last week on NXT, Josh Briggs and Ricky Saints got face-to-face in the ring. Ricky Saints claiming he wants to be the number 1 contender. Josh Briggs is getting in his face, and he said that he looks like... What's the kid's name from Toy Story? The kid.
Andy?
Andy? Yeah. He goes, you coming out here looking like Andy from Toy Story. Crowd popped on that one. I thought it was pretty funny. But he ends up beating Josh Briggs and becomes the number 1 contender. Obafemi comes out and says... You know, you're absolute. You think that, you know, you're everything, but I'm going to take it all from you. At no mercy. Number 1 contendership, NXT championship is going to be on the line. And as they're arguing, or not arguing, but kind of just talking back and forth in their promo, the Dark State come out, which is that new stable. And, you know, they're tag team champions. They got 8 men. They come down, try to jump Ricky Saints and Obafemi. Out come Hank and Tank. And it set up a tag team match that took place actually last night on NXT. But also, they had a blindfold match. I've seen 2 blindfold matches in my life. Rick Martel and Jake the Snake Roberts at WrestleMania 7.
Mm-hmm.
Triple H and Eugene on Raw in 2003 or 4 or some shit like that. And in that match, Triple H lifts up his mask, finds... Eugene, kicks him in the dick, and gets the win. And that's how this match actually went, too. Booker T was loving it. But it was Lexus King defeating Miles Bourne. Miles Bourne, if you don't remember, is the deaf guy.
Well, man, I got put bang on my head.
So... Out of his 5 fucking senses, this dude just lost 2 for this match. He's got to work with
Keller.
Smell alone. I was losing it when I was like, did they seriously put the deaf guy in a blindfold match? Just all together, all around. Good shit. Do you think anybody was signing to it? I know you can see through them, but it's still, it was good shit. Okay. I'm, trying to watch things for this show. I'm trying to do my due diligence, if you will. Dynamite on Wednesday. That was from the 2300 Arena in Philly. It's funny because Buster messages and says, hey, did any of you guys watch Dynamite yet? And I said, I haven't. I've seen a couple highlights I plan to watch. Did you see the giant pillar that was in the way, in the entranceway getting to the ring? How do you fuck up?
Yeah, what did Buff say? I can't even do ECW right.
It was bad. So they have Christian and Edge in the ring, and they're calling themselves CNC, Cope and Christian, but fuck that, it's Edge and Christian. And Christian goes, hey Dax, I know you have a father. Crowd's like, yeah! Because now that he's a fucking face, or they're trying to make him a face, now these dad jokes are going to get even better when you want to start, roasting who's dead. And he goes, and Cash, I hear you have a father too. And Edge grabs the mic and goes, no, we're not doing it. And then the crowd's like, come on, do it. And Edge goes, you guys are a bunch of sickos. which is very funny because now they're selling these shirts that say "For the Sickos," AEW. Not sure if you caught that. And hands the mic back to Christian, and Christian goes, "And that bitch is dead." I don't know why that shit made me laugh. I wasn't expecting him to say that. FTR, got a little heated or whatever. That match is set for All Out in Toronto. Jon Moxley defeated Daniel Garcia. Weird kind of interaction after the match. Wheeler Useless got on the mic and was talking while Garcia and Moxley were kind of discussing something right behind them outside the ring.
I saw that, yeah. Maybe there was a botch in the match, or maybe Moxley was pissed off at Garcia, and as the vet was giving him shit. Moxley seems like that kind of guy.
His ear.
Listen,
did you see him get in his ear and scream like twice? It was really weird.
To me, it was equivalent, and I don't know this for a fact. I'm just saying it looked like the whole Lesnar-Strowman thing, right? Where Lesnar just blatantly fucking punched him and was like, slow the fuck down. I think this was Moxley's version of going over him and like, what the fuck is your problem? Why'd you... I don't know about what specifically in the match, but here's the thing. I wouldn't put it past Moxley because Moxley's the guy that blatantly blades on camera in front of the crowd. Why wouldn't he just go up to a guy afterwards and be like, you fucking suck? Right? That's what I'm thinking it was.
The headlock. The headlock that he got that put him into bleeding mode. Well, what's funny that then they went to commercial and Wheeler Useless was again in the ring talking. So I wonder if you're right. Like maybe this is something that was somewhat of a shoot, because when Garcia went to go walk away, he was like, get the fucking camera away from me. He was like real pissed off. I thought it was going to be like they're leading to a heel turn. Maybe he's going to get into Death Riders. But the way he was yelling in Garcia's ear, like got right up in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, wow.
Veteran versus an indie guy. So
then Useless stays in the ring and he's just talking shit about how Darby will not get the chance to face Moxley. So basically, they're going to have Moxley and Darby at All Out, I'm assuming. But Hook returns. Hook has a new song, which I got to be honest, I kind of liked the old version one.
The old one was Action Bronson, man. I loved it.
Yeah. And he has a new look. They're like camouflage pants. And it's funny because the headline I saw is Hook returns with a brand new look and theme. And I was like, all right, he just put on different shorts, number one. Number two, the theme wasn't the issue with what you guys were doing with
Tony went into the Creator Wrestler menu and updated a few items.
Jesus.
Do you think he does that for people, for gimmicks? Goes into like 2K? Uses the Creator Wrestler?
Got an 8-ball and create a character mode tonight. Let's go.
Woo!
9-belt Freddie Monet, she had a celebration. It's just where all of her titles were on the a table. She did her dance. Legit, that was the segment. No payoff, nothing. It was nothing.
Yeah, but big fucking surprise. Stroke her ego a little bit more. She dances like Conan O'Brien used to in between breaks.
I know what you're talking about.
Exactly, right?
That's hysterical. So MJF is no longer allowed to cash in his contract on the fly. It has to be set when he's going to be doing it. And actually, Tony made a comment in the media scrum, basically calling out WWE, because he goes, well, in other companies they do their contracts in a certain way, and we don't want to be like theirs. So, and I'm like, you've already done it so many times where the contract has been on the fly, like Money in the Bank, and now you're going to change it. Fine, whatever. After Hologram, one of his flippy-doo character guys, after he finishes his match, it goes dark, and all of a sudden, it's like a computer screen that's going through like a brand new download bootload thing or whatever.
Boot sequence.
Yes, thank you. And it says, clone activated. They're doing an evil hologram. This is some WCW shit.
I hope it's
Well,
Glacier.
hang on. It's not too far. I mean, WWE did do Kane and Evil Kane at one point.
Taker and
two
Evil
Undertakers.
Taker.
Jesus Christ, never mind. Oh, all right. Well, I just keep going with it. While Hangman Page was doing a promo, the Don Callis mid-card family showed up and tried jumping him. And out comes Kenny Triple H Omega. The jeans. and the wet hair and the standing there looking like you are on steroids look. I was
Triple
like,
H still was way more jacked than Omega is.
Absolutely.
When you look at the pictures side by side, but yeah, no, it's hilarious. Because I didn't, when I first saw the post, it had the side by side, but the first thing I saw was Omega. I was like, why is he dressed like Triple H?
It's not October.
All I was missing was the jean jacket.
That would have been well. MJF did that at Double or Nothing last year when he revealed his tattoo.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
And in the main event, Darby Allin defeated Claudio Castagnoli. Claudio carried him, pressing him up in the air, Ultimate Warrior style. Walked from one side of the ring, kind of gave a good run, walking from one side of the ring to the other, and threw this dude out of the ring onto the announcer's table.
Barely.
Barely. Almost overshot it completely.
Yes.
And then after the match was over, and Darby won the match, Gabe Kidd showed up and jumped Darby post-match. So both of them are still moving and alive after falling off the cage just 3 days before that.
Oh, and on top of that, Darby scaled the post, the random pillar in the middle of the arena, and did a coffin drop from the top.
Yes, he did. I like Darby, man. I'm always going to be a fan of his. But Fumble City is what they've done with him.
Fumble Rooski.
So on SmackDown, John Cena got to see the kid from Brussels there.
We all did.
And he apologized to him. Hey, man, I was having a bad day.
I was a dick.
The best part is that kid later on, did you see that he was taking a picture of
I saw.
Ass?
I'm sure it was video.
4K. He's like, zooming in.
Fuck that. I'm putting this up to 8K.
I did like John Cena to Logan Paul. You asked for this match, dickhead. I don't know why. Dickhead doesn't get said enough in wrestling, and I think it's just a great line. But you know what? Maybe that's why we don't use it enough. I caught Charlotte. She had a brace on one leg, and she was favoring the other one. She limped on the wrong leg.
Cher always danced with her one prominent leg, so that's probably what threw her off.
Do you believe in love? So Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre, their feud is continuing, and as they're fighting with each other, and there's a pull apart, Hurricane gets an RKO. Poor Hurricane.
Yeah.
And then backstage, Nick Aldis is talking with Randy. He's like, I'm sorry, I just had to. I didn't anticipate this to do this. He goes, you got to stop touching officials. And he goes, here's an apology. And he gives him one of the mini shots of Fireball. And then says, here you go. This is Fireball. He goes, that's the #1 American whiskey. And I go, what the fuck are you drinking, dude?
Okay. Couple things. I agree with you. Whiskey Man has, I used to be the kind of guy, if I took a sip of bourbon, I'd retch immediately. I have since tasted many.
I'm a very big bourbon guy.
Many. I know that. Yeah, man. Obviously, Whiskey Man is some big whiskey man. And he has had me try a lot of shit, and a lot of shit that, is apparently very high-end stuff. I don't know. He could feed me sock water, and I wouldn't know any different. But so I've been accustomed. I'm actually able to drink a little bit of bourbon or whiskey here or there. One, Orton has been doing ads for Fireball.
Oh.
So that's one thing. And two, I think he's technically right, because Fireball is technically a whiskey, and I believe it is the #1 spirit in the U.S.
Okay.
Which is sad.
Well, all right,
thanks,
he didn't
thanks,
say it's
modern
the best.
country
he said
music.
#1, so he didn't lie. You're right. It's a fucking country music. Woo, Fireball.
Yeah, I just got done watching Yellowstone, and it was a pretty fucking good series. We'll talk about it sometime on our top topic. But one thing that I learned is every episode they had to take a fucking 3-minute montage to show fucking cowboys at work and play a shitty country song. Got annoying after a while. It's like, I don't want to listen to this music, and I know what cowboys do. You showed me the last 15 episodes.
That's what it's like living up here in the north, man, with the fucking Amish.
Yeah, well, a little different, but yeah, sure.
and the underdog, Sami
God damn
Zayn
it.
won the U.S. Championship from Solo Sikoa. Well, hey, I'm okay with it because that means maybe, just maybe, since you didn't put it back on Jacob Fatu, you have bigger plans for Jacob Fatu come Royal Rumble-ish.
So, I saw something right before we started recording, that's why I didn't put it in the notes. What I saw is that it is, and again, this is one of those allegedly, right? I saw it somewhere. I don't know how reputable the source was. It wasn't kayfabenews.com, so there's that. And it wasn't Sportskeeda, and it wasn't ESPN. Is that the belief is they put the title on Sammy to see how he could handle the weight as a singles champion during the Netflix ESPN era. And that it could be a future sign for the Royal Rumble.
For Sami Zayn.
For Sami Zayn. And you know what, man? Honestly, at this point, I don't give a fuck. Put the title on him and then give him the fucking Kofi Kingston treatment. Have Brock beat him in 7 seconds.
Oh, that still shows up every now and then, and God, I hate watching that. Ding,
I feel like such a
F5.
racist
Ding, ding,
saying I
ding.
love it so much. Because I do love it so much. Weezy was over and I started laughing my ass off and I just turned the TV off. I was like, well, it ain't going to get any better than that.
Well, if you were, SmackDown was actually on early, as Raw and everything has been, because it's been in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
And also on Friday night was Ring of Honor's Death Before Dishonor.
If you could watch
which was at the 2300 Arena again. After the first 2 matches, maybe 2.5, a tweet came out from Tony Khan. Due to our streaming issues and shared rights, or whatever the fuck it was, we are now giving Death Before Dishonor away on YouTube. I was like, well, I wasn't planning on watching this, but if you're going to put it on YouTube and I got nothing going on, fuck it. So I had it on in the background. Shane Taylor Promotions won the vacant 6-man championship against Sammy Guevara and the Von Erichs. Dustin and the Von Erichs were the champions. Dustin's out, obviously. Same with the tag team titles. He was with Sammy Guevara. It was going to be a mystery partner for him later in the night. But Sammy was booed to shreds. And he's a fucking face. Booed to shreds.
Where's the 2300 Arena?
Philly.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
So he was flipping. So then he decided to just lean into it and was flipping people off. The next match was the Fight Without Honor. Cutie Marshall defeated Paul Walter Hauser.
Who the fuck is Renee Zellweger?
Look, I know him as Stingray from Cobra Kai. He's in a lot of movies. He's in the new Naked Gun. He's in Fantastic Four.
He should be back in the gym.
Yo, he's no fucking bigger than Kevin Owens.
Yeah, Kevin Owens has charisma.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you, this dude took a beating. He did.
Everybody takes a beating.
Whatever. Jesus Christ, man. You know what? You and I are going to have an impromptu fucking...
Fuck Paul Walter Hauser.
Well, that's a failed attempt for a episode name.
Yeah.
So then, Sammy Guevara needs a tag team partner against the Outrunners. Here I thought the Outrunners are finally going to maybe win the tag team titles in some promotion. Out comes Roosh.
I know he was still around.
Same. And they played the heel part very well, Roosh and Guevara, and they won the tag team championship.
Remember when Roosh and Andrade were together for about 2 weeks?
Yeah.
That was cool.
Where's Andrade work now?
Good question. AAA.
Now this is I have to get into this part. This part really makes me laugh, okay? Men's Championship. World Championship. Bandito against Hechicero. He's a part of the Don Callis family.
Hechicero.
That's probably it. And at this point, I look down, 20,000 people are watching at this exact moment.
It's probably more than that's in the arena.
Dude, A, yes. B, way more than we're already paying to watch this. There was no way 20,000 people have Honor Club and how you were streaming it or whatever. There's no goddamn way 20,000 people have that shit. I just fucking feel it. And thirdly, well, no, more than anything, I'm just saying, it was free. So people are, you get on YouTube, I'm a fucking YouTube guy, suggestions or whatever, it's brand new or in your subscriptions. Oh, this is on live right now? Fucking A. So 20,000 people are watching this match. And Bandito and that H guy had a good fucking match. Like a really, really good one. One of them gave the other one a suplex on the barricade. They were both standing on the barricade by the ringside. And the other one gave a suplex to the other one where he landed actually on that fucking thin strip of a barricade right next to the fans. Yes. Solid move. That match was over, and then it was time for the main event. It was Athena defending the women's championship against Mina Shirakawa.
Tits Shirakawa?
And as of this match, Athena is the champion for 993 days. So is she going to make 1,000? I just happened to look down, and the counter went to 17,000. I'm not lying in any way possible. I mean that with everything. I watched it just go, and I didn't watch it gradually go down. I just looked and I go, 17K. Oh shit. And it never went back up. No one was like, oh, maybe I'll wait for the main event to really get hot and I'll get in towards the end and see what happens. Nope. Everybody was like, it's a women main event. I'm done.
Yeah, there's still a lot of people that think that way. That's, based on the talent, I can understand it. And this one especially. I like Athena Shirakawa. I still don't get it. I mean, she looks good.
One of the best eclipses I've actually ever seen her get.
Really?
Mina sold it like a motherfucker. It was actually a really good hit. I liked it. But they're in Philly. Athena's coming out to the ring. She has it's MITs, Minions in Training. One of them is one of the ladies that used to be on AEW all the time. Fuck, that's how good she is. Doesn't even matter.
Is it the short one? Layla Hirsch?
No, not her. Fuck it. Fuck, why do I want to say it begins with a B? It really does not matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But they're the Minions in Training.
All right. Bertha Faye?
And on this night, they had a special Minion in Training. They brought out the Blue Meanie back in Philly for a cheap pop that the crowd barely gave a fuck about. They all did his dance. He walked around the ring, got in the ring, did the dance, left. Thanks for stopping by.
Could have resurrected Mikey Whipwreck from the dead. They probably still wouldn't have popped.
Billy Starks. That's who it was.
Okay.
That's the Minion in Training.
Sure.
So, Death Before Dishonor was meh. That was like a Saturday night's main event to me.
Woo!
Now, we got Sunday, Clash in Paris. Okay, I'm going to try and get this in the order of how the matches went. Roman Reigns did defeat Bronson Reed. I saw hate online for this match. People saying it seemed kind of clunky because of just two big hosses or whatever. I actually thought they did a pretty decent job. I liked the match.
It was a 3.
Are you saying no?
It was a 3 out of 5, 6 out of 10. Yeah, it was fine.
Okay. Yeah.
The payoff was the post-match,
So, and that's what I loved. So, Roman finally gets his shoes back, chokes out Paul Heyman, and gets scissors and a pen, which was funny because every pen apparently that Michael Cole kept handing was not working.
Yeah.
And it was funny. Wade's like, give him a damn pen! And he signed him and started throwing these fucking Jordans out into the crowd. And I was like, okay, that's pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
But he only got 2 of them out of there before Braun Breaker speared him through the table.
Did you see when Braun landed? You could tell he did not. It didn't feel good. He had this face like I can't sell this, but I'm fucking pissed.
I don't know what he landed on because I think it was skipped
the
back
corner.
10 seconds to see it again. It looked like a rough landing. After that, I believe was it Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella or the Donnybrook match?
It was the tag match that they impromptu put on there. It was a Street Profits versus the Wyatt Six.
Oh, that's right. Which was weird that, they did so many things like Dawkins and Ford looking like they're going to break up, and then they just didn't.
Yeah, so
are they doing a slow burn like they did with New Day?
Why? It doesn't matter. Nobody cares that much.
If I had to choose between Ford and Dawkins of who I'd rather see succeed, I think
Ford.
I just like Montez Ford a touch better.
Yeah. He's more athletic. He does more impressive stuff. He's got more charisma. You know? Definitely
100%. The Donnybrook match. Rusev defeated Sheamus. Hands down, Rusev's best match in WWE, probably all time. They beat the piss out of each other. It was just a good showing for Rusev.
It was a good showing. I like at the end where he did the accolade and with the shillelagh in the mouth, but you could tell that it must have really been hurting Sheamus because as soon as he tapped, he grabbed Rusev's hands and said, "Get this thing off me!" You know, he pulled rank on that or whatever you want to call it. There is one thing that just bothered the absolute hell to me, and Miss ODM was watching with me at this point, and she kind of looked at me, and I go, "I know, I hate it. It's dumb." Fucking Cracker Barrel. Goddamn Cracker Barrel. Remember AEW, the Cracker Barrel match?
Well, what's made me laugh about that is obviously just recently they changed their logo, and now there's a thing with Rusev
there's no cracker and there's no barrel.
Well, there's Rusev giving Sheamus the accolade on top of him. People are like, yo, this new logo's getting fucking crazy.
I know, right?
Oh, that's hysterical. Yeah, though.
It was
the
lame.
whole thing was to put someone through the table.
Okay, there's you could have been a lot more creative than that. I'm sorry, the barrel spots to me is just fucking stupid. It's a Donnybrook. We actually have a bar out here because that's where Donnybrooks happen, in the bar, especially in Ireland. This guy's from Ireland. Do you get it? Huh? Fucking stupid. Just let him fucking
he's really
fight.
upset about this.
Fucking film it in a bar and let him fight. Oh, good. The video died, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, we at the Top of Wrestling would like to apologize for the unexpected interruption. We are experiencing technical difficulties and expect to return to our normally scheduled podcast momentarily.
So then we had Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella. This was fuck. I give this a 1 out of 10. The table spot where they went back and forth between both tables, and Becky just kept slamming her hands on top of them instead of even looking like her head was going to touch it.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus! It was awful.
But the best part, of course, was Nikki Bella giving John Cena a kick. Okay, obviously. No, dude. When she went up, my favorite part is that when she did the kick, did you watch Becky? Becky almost sold the kick.
Yes,
like
yes.
Jeff Hardy and Jinder Mahal at that greatest Royal Rumble. It will always bother me. He missed that thing completely, and Jinder's like, I'll fall. Becky debated. I watched her kind of like look at her head like, don't you do it.
Don't do it.
Then, of course, you got John Cena and Logan Paul. Dude. Can't say it was a bad match. Logan and him had a solid match.
It was. I know Weezy said it was match of the night. I can certainly see where he's coming from on that one. Callbacks from both guys. Oh, yeah. Just Cena's previous opponents. Fucking outstanding. The zigzag.
End of
the
days.
Styles Clash.
Oh. It was. I liked it. One of John's better matches. And what do we got? 8 fucking appearances left? Is it weird that you're just like...
something like that.
And that's the thing is he said, I can't face everybody, so I can at least give him a nod. And that's why he did the Styles Clash, the end of days. And, he feuded with Corbin. He feuded with Styles, I mean, it's feuded with Ziggler. I thought it was really pretty decent. I think it was a Styles Clash that gave Logan Paul a bloody nose. Like his face hit the mat on the ring. Nothing major. But then, of course, you have
I was wondering where that came from, yeah.
Yeah, it was from hitting the mat. Then, of course, you have the world title match. Seth Rollins, LA Knight, Jey Uso, CM Punk. Dude. All right. They're going to yeet, of course. The LA Knight, yeah. The cult of personality when the music stopped and the crowd was still going through the verse, no problem, all the way up to the only you can set me free. It was awesome. Thought they just the crowd was hot. And the the Vision was barred from ringside from Adam Pearce. Especially after everything they did to Roman earlier in the night. That's right, they took Roman out. They had to put him on a stretcher. But then none of us ever fucking thought of this. None of us saw this coming. Becky Lynch is the one that makes the save for Seth Rollins by low-blowing CM Punk. Rollins wins the match. At ringside, by the way, were Rolling Jelly and Tattoo Face, Post Malone. The best part is that after the match was over...
Both of them, but yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. After the match was over, it faded out. Like, the pay-per-view was over, but then they came right back on, and you could see them just kind of standing around the ring. They're like Punk standing around the ring, getting up. Becky has Seth's championship and goes over to Rollin' Jelly and Post Malone, and she was playing the championship like a guitar. She goes, meh, 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 meh. She goes, that's what you sound like. And I go, I don't know why. She just made me laugh, but that was actually kind of fucking funny. And then they were playing Seth Rollins songs. Oh, and as it ended, the camera was in on Punk. Punk goes, I fucking hate that song. Then after that, Punk goes over to the table that he half broke, sets it up, jumps on it, and breaks it, and then leaves. But as he's leaving, someone had a sign, Punk, can you please bring back AJ Lee? I don't know if that was planted after all said and done, or if that was just perfect timing, but it was awesome. Because obviously now that's what we want with Becky showing up.
Yeah, I'm not going to say too much more on this until we get to Raw, just because somebody had made some public comments about Becky Lynch that kind of echo mine. But after the pay-per-view and Raw, I feel like I, at least for the short term, have to eat my words at least for a month or two. But we'll see.
Okay. Well, let's talk about Raw. Jey Uso, apparently, unless it's 4 letters, 1 word, yeet, he really has not a whole lot left to say because he fucked up just being able to say Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. He fucked it up. He was trying to get both names out. I laughed at that. Stephanie McCure and Io Sky are set for WrestlePalooza for the vacant women's championship.
Looking forward to it.
Same. All right, you said the crowd in Paris was over. Or way better than Clash. For Raw, you said it was better. And I will say, AJ Styles, Finn Balor, those were some receptions.
Yeah, 5-minute. With AJ, they did the break thing, right? He came out, they went to break, they came back. So, if that's the 5-minute thing is. But they were up on their feet the whole time. They were dancing. AJ was feeding into it. It was fucking insane. It was one of the best crowd reactions I've seen in a long time. Yeah, they were saying shit in French. I don't fucking know. I can't translate. If it was Japanese, I could yell some shit. But no, man, it was insane. It was insane. Cool as shit.
So, Dirty Dom retained against AJ with help from El Grande Americano because Judgment Day were banned from ringside. LA Knight and Jey Uso getting ready for their tag match with the Bronze. And after Jey Uso does his 4 letters, 1 word, and then what did LA Knight do?
LA Knight just goes, and and he holds up 4 fingers, 4 letters. He holds up one for one word, and he just goes, yeah, and he walks away.
It's funny how some people were like, oh, he's not doing that well in WWE. They always have him losing. He's in the spotlight. He was in the main event at Clash of Paris, in the main event on Raw. He's been in the main event on SmackDown nonstop. I think he's he's having an okay career.
Yeah, I think he's doing just fine.
Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Io Sky, and their Rhea Ripley issue. You are not friends with her. Asuka, still a little awkward. I know you said she's just pretty amped up, and it seems like.
It seems like
the funniest shit is her and Kairi Sane. After Asuka flips out or says whatever she wants to, she leaves, and Kairi will be like, "It's okay, Io-san. We are." And you're, Kairi. And she just has to go running each time, and it's hysterical, man. Like the crowd laughed on the third one, which I thought was pretty funny.
Yeah, because they did like 3 of those backstage segments with them during the show.
Yep, it's grown on me. And then obviously, Punk wanted Rollins. He's waiting all night for him to show up in the arena, and he finally does. And apparently, he didn't even know at the one door, and Pierce had to tell him, "Yeah, he's already sitting in the arena. You saw him earlier in catering too." But goes to the ring. Rollins' music hits, and it's Becky Lynch. I like that swerve. That's like when Paul Heyman would come out like Brock Lesnar's music, and you're like, "Oh, Lesnar's here," and you're like, "Fuck, it's just him." But that was a good one. Best Becky Lynch promo that I've seen ever.
Yep.
It was real. It was about her own family, her real shit. You know what I mean? Like, she's like, "That's my husband. You're talking about my family. And we are the ones that built everything here after you left." And it was real. It was solid.
She had the good line, too. She's like, "I had to hear fans, not after you left, it didn't just affect Seth, it affected me, because I had to hear the fans chant your name while I was wrestling."
And she's like, "And I never forgot that." I was like, wow, again, it was real.
Shit.
And that was real. For sure that Punk's name was being chanted during all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then, just everything getting in his face. But then Rollins finally comes out. "Come on down if you want to fight me." And then Becky just keeps standing in Punk's way every time he moves. Well, he's not going to hit a woman. He's got class. Finally gets over to get by. Rollins turns around and leaves. And then, just like in Boys in the Hood, when Doughboy's mom beats the shit out of him after Ricky dies, she beat the living shit out of Punk's face. And to what you said to me earlier, no sold. Punk didn't move an inch from
his
every
face
one of
stays,
those
his eyes stay straight up. That mean mug face on, dude. It was great.
Then she motorboat him, because she's an old sailor herself.
Hey, arr.
It was a motorboat. You got to admit it was motorboating.
No, not at all. I do want to bring up, remember, a few weeks ago I said, as much as I hate Becky, she's starting to grow on me. She's got these one-liners here and there. She's starting to come more into form now. But it's hilarious because Kevin Nash just recently said, "I think the business blew her by." Bad timing, bro, because a month ago I would have agreed with you. Now is not the time for that comment to come out.
He said it just after the Ozzy thing, because he was talking about the heat that she got. He said it was more against Birmingham than Ozzy.
Yeah.
But he had said, he goes, "I just think the business is passing her by." But then here we are. She was the reason for the main event match with Rollins winning. And then that, to be honest with you, the only thing I would have done differently with Raw, I would have put Punk and Becky at the end. I wouldn't have closed with Rollins and Braun Bronson, because that's all they ever close is all this, or not Rollins, Jey Uso and all them. It's the same guys every week closing.
Right.
I would have closed with that Punk segment. It was funny though that when the crowd started chanting "shut the fuck up," someone in the production truck kind of fucked some things up. They started hitting blackout instead of hitting mute.
Like there was nudity on the screen or something. I thought the same thing. I'm like, why? It's audio. It's not video. Why are you cutting to black?
It was in French, like you said.
Yeah, the buttons were in French.
It was pretty hysterical, but great segment. It makes me excited to see AJ Lee. We know she's going to be there soon.
You think she'll be there for SmackDown? You think they're going to start that early?
Well, that's the other thing, right? So hey, where's SmackDown going to be? Well, the promo that just played right before you
Well,
asked
he didn't
that
walk by a
question.
TV, you know.
Okay. There's not one TV backstage.
I know,
anywhere.
right? Half the backstage segments are people looking at the monitors backstage.
Come on, you do the side-by-side thing like Bret Hart looking at the TV. So anyway, no, I think AJ Lee shows up on SmackDown. I think they're going to build with Lesnar and maybe Cena because we're only going to be 3 weeks away or minimum or just under 3 weeks away for WrestlePalooza. So they got to make some big things happen.
SmackDown should be a hell of a show. If everything pops off.
Absolutely. It's in Chicago. Chicago's always a good show.
Mm-hmm.
But they got to bring it. Compared to that French crowd, they got to bring it this time.
No shit.
All right, man. Well, it's time to go to the table.
Just bring it, bitch! Oh my God!
And I think we're still recording. Look at man.
I think he stole his wallet.
Do you ever have just the algorithms that just follow you and you're like, it's interesting. I didn't want to be interested in this, but if you're going to keep feeding this to me and I'm going to keep watching it.
Tijuana donkey shows?
Oh, you know me so well. I did let you
So does the algorithm.
No, man. For some reason, I watched one little video, and it was this person doing just like their own little reel, a TikTok, right? I'll tell you the person is in a minute. I watched one video, and then I scrolled, and then another one of their videos came up, and I go, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
And now I can't stop. I can't stop watching Paige VanZant videos.
I wonder why. Wild horses.
I'd let that one drag me away. Just saying, man. Just if you get bored, you want to watch some content. There you go.
Yeah, some very specific content. Make sure the walls are treated. Walls treated,
Nothing
eat, skeet,
black
and
light
repeat
can
it.
see. All right, no horsing around. What do you got this week?
Well, we did the finishers tournament last week, and I said I wanted to kind of go over some of the results because we had ranked top 25 finishers.
Okay.
So let's look at our tournament. Our final four looks like it was the Camel Clutch, the Perfect Plex, the Million. Nope. See, you fucked it all up. I told you were going to fuck it up, didn't I? Last Ride, RKO, Perfect Plex, and Camel Clutch.
Okay.
For reference, the Camel Clutch we put at number 20.
Jesus.
The Perfect Plex was number 7, so that's not bad. The RKO was number 1, which actually won the tournament, so that's good. And the Last Ride, let's see here. Powerbomb was at 4. I don't see Last Ride on the list at all. Before that, though, we did have. Let's see. I thought the chicken wing made it pretty far. Maybe not. I thought the chicken wing had made it a while. Maybe not. I guess it doesn't matter then. I'm trying to see what else here. But yeah, no, I mean, we had RKO, Diamond Cutter number 1, Stunner number 2, Tombstone number 3, Power Bomb number 4, Figure 4 number 5, Sharpshooter 6, Perfect Plex 7, Frog Splash 8, Spear 9, and Choke Slam at 10. And I'll just end there. We actually had the F5 one spot ahead of the Razor's Edge.
Yeah, I remember that episode. I was drinking a lot.
Yeah, probably. Those airplane bottles, they creep up on you.
No, it's how the tournament, man. Like if you're in a tournament, it's one versus the other. It's as opposed to just ranking them. It kind of makes a difference. But maybe that's how we
get the
start
random
ranking
matchups.
things as a tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. No, there is, and there. I mean, because if you have the F5 versus the, Santino Morella's Snake Bite,
Oh, Snake Bite, absolutely.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Well, that's what I see on Nitro. Speaking of, might as well go to the Wars and watch that shit show.
I'm so glad I was able to get it in time.
Monday Night Wars!
Chronic, Booker, and Sting, you all survived to qualifying matches to War Games. Now one of you will go on to be the WCW champion.
See, Vince, I'm gonna say it like this here. Your boys got a little problem that you're gonna have to fix. And I don't think that's gonna happen. So me, the Stinger, and Chronic here, we got a little something to say to you. Booyah! And we're gonna get with you.
You see, Russo, your plan did work. You did get the cat out of the War Games. But what you rocket scientists failed to remember is you just qualified Chronic to be in it. Your boys better stick together because we're all about trust, we're all about teamwork, and we're definitely all about Chronic.
Russo, you got to be watching this interview sitting in the back right now, just literally freaking out, wondering how are you going to get out of this mess. Well, I got news for you. You're not, because you blew it. You blew it bad. You got a chronic problem. You got Booker T coming after you. You got the Stinger coming after you, cause it's Vince. It's Showtime, folks.
And Eddie Guerrero kicking Mamacita out. She is out. Tony is.
Well, he is a gentleman. I mean, he's putting China's safety up.
Johnny is out. Hey, wait a minute. What are you doing? The referee just counted. I don't think Eddie.
Here's your winner and the new World Wrestling Federation Intercontinental Champion, Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero didn't want the Intercontinental title. He was trying to comfort China. I can't believe what I just seen.
Ain't nobody horsing around. Isn't that how they sang it?
Yeah. Something like that.
Okay. It's the Wars. We are back and ready for, this is the September 4th episode in 2000 for both Raw and, I almost said SmackDown, WCW Nitro. Let's see. So that being said, September, October, November, December, January, February. We have just 7 months left of the end of the wars. I know you're still wanting to go back to do the early 90s shit.
Going back in time. Beep, beep, beep.
All right, man. Break it down.
Break it down. Well, we'll start with Raw in Lexington, Kentucky. Triple H, they showed on SmackDown, he was confronted by police on suspicion of spousal abuse and brought to the station. Triple H is blaming Stephanie. Foley books Eddie versus Angle and tells Stephanie, hey, Eddie has China at the ringside with him. You should probably be in Angle's corner. And China DDTs Stephanie post-match. JR mentions that we have four main...
She was waiting for that for a long time.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Yeah, big time. JR says we have 4 main events tonight. Some things never fucking change.
4 main events. Oh God, that shit never. Like I don't mind if you say it's a double header main event, but when you say it's 4 main events, no,
that's like
you have
half
4
the show.
first place people.
Yeah, I know, right? Anyway, Triple H and Stephanie come to the ring.
Yeah, sorry, tangents.
No, I just had a flash. Never mind. Triple H says he can't accept what happened to me on Thursday night. Stephanie probably feels the same way about Saturday nights. Says he doesn't know who called the cops, but he's going to stay in this ring till that person stands up, and it's time for payback. So Foley comes out, says he intends to get to the bottom of it, and he says, you know what, I'm pissed off too because it ruined my SmackDown main event, and I've narrowed it down to about 357 people. Maybe it's not a culprit. Maybe it's a culprit S, and looks at Stephanie. Stephanie defends herself. Then Foley accuses Triple H. Triple H goes, I know I've hit you in the head about 1,000 times, but even I know I didn't do that much brain damage to you. Pretty fucking funny. Foley's playing detective and basically turns this into a game of Clue. Because then he calls Angle to the ring, says, oh, Angle's like, I didn't do it, blames China. So he calls China out. And oh, maybe it was Eddie. Bring Eddie out. So, are you with the wrong guy, S.A.? So Foley says the crowd's going to be the jury and just puts his hand above each person's head and has them cheer. And it's great because when he gets to China, he puts his hand over China's tit. And she grabs his hand and puts it over her head and kind of smiles. Back when you could be rapey. And then they.
But when I said earlier about how she was dressed, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Jesus Christ. He leaves Angle for last, and everybody cheers for Angle, saying it was him. Foley says, you know what, Angle, you and I, we're going to go speak to the authorities. And then Trish and Test come out, and Test says, I have a confession to make. I'm no fool.
Damn it.
They brought out the best of Test. Boo. This so sucks. Test says he has a confession. He calls it back to Test and Stephanie's wedding, and he admits he's the one that called the cops. So Foley says tonight it'll be Test versus Triple H, and then Foley calls Triple H the world champion by mistake.
I guess he's just so used to him being champ.
Test says Paybacks and Stephanie have something in common. They're both a bitch. It's a big pull apart on the ramp. We get Benoit versus Kane. Rock joins commentary and calls out Foley, calling Triple H the champ. I thought that was hilarious. Benoit uses a chair. It's a DQ. We get the Dudleys versus the Acolytes with Kai and Ty in a tables match. Kai and Ty take out Farouk on accident. Bradshaw goes through a table. And post-match, Kai and Ty, oh, we so sorry. Back when you could be racist, too. And the Acolytes take out Kai and Ty post-match. Power through it. Racism killing me. Foley's in his office. It's labeled as a service desk. He has a dartboard with Al Snow's picture on it, which I fucking think is hilarious. Eddie comes to see Foley, says he wants to be protection for China at her IC title defense against Angle tonight, and Foley says, "Nah, man, I can't really have you do that, man." He's like, "But I tell you what I can do. I can make it a triple threat. Put you in the match, that way you can be there and make sure she defends." So we get that match next. It's China versus Angle versus Eddie for the IC title. Eddie gets a chair. Ref cuts him off. Angle uses the title on China, and Eddie suplexes Angle outside of the ring. Eddie looks at China knocked out, grabs her by the head, kind of like kissing her, and like leans down. And when he leans down, he's technically pinning her, and the ref counts 3, and Eddie wins the IC title.
God, one of the funniest Eddie Guerrero moments of all time. When it was happening, I was like, this is the match. Oh, my God.
Yep.
And as soon as the ending
Same
came out,
here.
I was like, I love this part.
Yep. And Eddie looks very concerned, at least at the moment, where he's like, wait, no, Holmes, that's not what I meant to do. Let's see. We get Eddie with China. China's very upset. Eddie's defending himself. He says, here, I'll give you the title. She's like, no. Eddie, you deserve it more anyway. And they hug. And when they hug, you see Eddie's face, and he's smiling like, yeah, bitch.
Fucking awesome.
Next, you get Test with Albert and Trish versus Triple H. Steph is watching from the back. Triple H grabs Trish by the hair, sets up the pedigree, but Test makes the save. And then Angle comes in behind Stephanie while she's watching on the monitor in the back. She doesn't even realize he's there. It's the last we see of him. Triple H wins. Albert comes in post-match. Triple H hits a pedigree to Albert, and Stephanie runs to the ring. Next, we get Naked Midian backstage. Again, the words that come out of my mouth sometimes. Foley goes to see him. He's not happy. They're teasing him not wearing anything at all. He's got his legs crossed, so you can't see it. And Foley says, just give me your word you won't be naked anymore. He's like, hey, you're the boss. Oh, my mistake. He's not completely naked. He's wearing a hat. My bad. And he's reading the paper. And at one point, mixed format goes falling to the ground, and Midian goes to bend over, and Foley just, is just mortified by the sight of, Right to Censor come to the ring. Richards says, every day a man is saved. Actually, no, Goodfather said, every day a man is saved. Then Richards gets on the mic and announces that Val Venus is the new member. And he comes out and he says, I never agreed to join a group that would take my freedom away. And Richards is like, you're already on the path. You're not doing the porn star shtick anymore. You changed your tights from black to white. You dumped Trish and TNA, and it basically turns into a social debate where Val Venus cuts like a very MAGA promo.
So what he is nowadays.
What he is nowadays, yeah, his true self came through. We see Crash working on his pickup lines. Not going so well. A buddy of ours in high school, Whiskey Man, told me there was a guy we hung out with in high school, and he told me one time he had a Pontiac Sunfire, and he was driving through the mall parking lot, and he sees this girl, and this fucking idiot stuck his head out the window and goes, "Damn, girl, your father must be a juice because you looking very fine." Yeah. Yeah.
Talk about the next match while I try to figure out what the fuck that just meant.
Boss Man goes to see Crash, dumps milk on his head. Then Malenko comes in, and Boss Man shoves Malenko and says, "Hey, you little guys really do stick together." I didn't know Boss Man was still there. Edge and Christian are facing Taker on Rock, and they're trying to get out of it. And they're coming up with different medical excuses. And then Christian's like, "Ooh, genital warts. Nobody's going to want to touch us." Yeah, genital warts rule. Yeah, they do. Foley comes in. Hey.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Was there ever a juice called Fine?
Very fine, yes.
Well, maybe that's what it was.
That's it. Well, that was 100% what it was, you moron. It was a shitty pickup line. I probably got it wrong too. I didn't realize.
No. I thought you said, "Damn girl, you're fine."
No, because you're looking very fine.
Did you say very fine?
Very fine, yes.
It went over my head.
Yeah.
Wait, tell the joke again. No, I'm just kidding.
And Foley says, "By the way, genital warts do not rule." We got Big Boss Man versus Steve Blackman for the hardcore title. They fight to the back of the arena. Holly throws hot coffee in Boss Man's face, and Blackman retains. Taz goes to see Foley. He wants Jericho and Lawler both tonight. And Foley says, "Well, I can't do that." He's like, "But I can do a tag match." Taz is like, "Nah, I don't want a tag match." And Foley's like, "Well, I got you somebody who's a former multiple-time champ, so don't worry about it." Next, you get Goodfather and Bull Buchanan versus Val Venus and Road Dogg. Sure. Road Dogg gets the pin right to censor, carry Val Venus to the back, throw him in a van, and drive off. And so it begins. Next, you get Lawler and Jericho versus Taz and Naked Midian, who comes out to Real American.
Nice.
I never realized it before. When they showed Naked Midian in the back, his BSK tattoo is right underneath his right ear on his neck.
Thank God it was under there.
Yeah, well, exactly. Foley probably saw the rest of it when he bent over. Lawler gets a roll-up on Taz as the bell rings, and during the break, Taz chokes out Lawler. Great. Again, just burying this motherfucker. JR teases an interview with Austin on SmackDown, so we should have that next week. Kane joins commentary. Again, good thing he got that surgery on his vocal cords. And in the main event, you get Edge and Christian versus Taker and Rock for the tag titles. Hardys and Lita are watching from the back. Benoit comes to the ring. Taker cuts him off. Edge uses a chair on Rock while the ref is distracted, but it's a 2 count. Rock hits a rock bottom. Kane pulls the ref out at 2. Kane and Taker brawl. And this, they did a concerto, Edge and Christian, and it was almost as bad as the one that they did on AEW a while ago. This one, they completely fucking whiffed it.
They missed Rock completely.
Yeah. Rock sold it, though, and Edge and Christian retain.
After these messages,
we'll be right back.
My dad is Mr. T. Mohawk Gold Chain. Most people think I'm lying when I say that, but I'm like, why would I pick him? Like, who the fuck is lying about Mr. T, right? And I grew up in the 80s and 90s, so either everyone believed me or no one believed me. Like, there was no in between. I grew up in a very wealthy neighborhood, so everybody believed me there, because they were like, why the fuck else is your black ass here, right? Like, well, when I was a kid, we lived on the south side of Chicago, and, like, I get it. Like, I'm a black girl at an all-black school, and I'm trying to explain to my friends that the reason why they've never seen my dad before is because he's doing WrestleMania with Hulk Hogan, right? Like, everybody was like, shut the fuck up, Erica, right? And those were the teachers, right? So I got this complex, and this is for real. My friends will tell you, or like people I meet. If I'm on stage, I'll talk about my dad, but I never tell people like who my dad is or like stuff I've seen, because no one ever believes me, and they like really don't. Like, I will give you an example, like, because like when I was in kindergarten, first grade, like kids kind of like ostracized me and wouldn't talk to me because I was like little lion ass Erica, you know, like they didn't believe me. And so this one weekend, all right, I'm telling you guys this, don't tell anybody the story, but this one weekend, went to this WrestleMania event with my dad, and he was partners with Hulk Hogan, right? And my dad, it was the first time I was seeing wrestling live, right? So my dad's like, don't worry about it. It's fake. He's telling me, I have a sister who's 8 years older than me. He's like, oh, don't worry about it. It's all fake, whatever, blah, blah. And he's in this wrestling match with this guy named Roddy Piper. Do you guys know who that is? Okay. And it's another dude or whatever, right? So my dad gets into the ring, and immediately Roddy Piper flips my dad in a way, and he cracks my dad's ribs, right? So my dad has to go to the emergency room, right? So me and my sister are crying, whatever. They take my dad to the ER. They bring him back he comes back to the hotel room. He's all bandaged up. And like Hulk Hogan's in our hotel room, and Hulk Hogan's doing like lines of cocaine, right? And he still has the yellow shorts on, right? And he's like, T, I'm gonna fuck him up I swear to God, I'm gonna fuck him up. And my dad's just like, oh God, my ribs hurt so badly, right? And then there's a knock at the door, and it was Roddy Piper, right? And he goes, hey, T, I'm real sorry about what happened. And Hulk Hogan's like, fuck that, and grabs Roddy Piper and brings him into the hotel room, throws him against the wall, smashes the mirror. They're beating him. My dad's trying to break it up. Hulk Hogan's wife, Linda's there, and she's like, Terry, stop, right? And I'm like, wow, I didn't know that was his name, right? So, and my mom is trying to make my dad stop, and they're just beating, and all this stuff is flipped over and shit like that. Me and my sister are crying, and then we get on a plane. We come back to Chicago. I go to class. We're sitting in a sharing circle, and the teacher's like, what'd you do this weekend? And I was like, not a fucking thing. All right. I was Erica Clark. Thanks. Bye.
Hashtag not a sponsor. Nitros in Dallas. We are told that we're going to have a War Games 2000 main event. If you're wondering what War Games 2000 is, it has half to do with War Games. Instead of 2 rings with a cage covering it, we're using the Ready to Rumble triple-tiered cage. Hooray.
And it has nothing to do with common sense.
It has nothing to do with common sense. It's going to be Russo, Nash, Jeff Jarrett, and Scott Steiner versus Booker T, Sting, The Cat, and Goldberg. Jeremy Borash is on commentary because Scott Hudson's wife is having a baby. Mazel tov. Jeremy Borash had his head shaved earlier in the day for reasons, so he's bald-headed. What I've been calling the Painted Freaks is actually the Dark Carnival. So it's ICP versus Ray and Hoovy for the tag titles. Ray and Hoovy retain. The Broad, in one of her many recurring segments, is with Lance Storm and Elix Skipper, and they have Major Guns running on a treadmill. She has to prove her worth in order to become Canadian. But I don't want to be Canadian. Well, everybody wants to see your tits jiggle. That's why you're on the treadmill. Kat and Booker T get in a limo along with Miss Jones. She's in a neck brace. She got attacked on Thunder, apparently. Russo comes to the ring with Natural Born Thrillers. The cage gets lowered. Russo jabs at the Cowboys getting blown out the night before. And apparently, to win this match, you have to get to the 3rd tier of the cage, get the title, bring it down to the base level, and exit through the door. Like you said, nothing to do with common sense. Russo calls his team...
I want you to talk about this again. This is a team thing. It is 4 versus 4 or 5 versus 5, and it's for a world championship.
For the world title.
But it's a tag team.
So it's 4 on 4, but it's basically everybody for themselves.
Legit no common sense.
Yeah. Russo calls his team the baby faces and the other team the heels. And Russo put an injunction on the Cat's role as GM. And the 4 faces have to win qualifying matches tonight to even be in the match. And he says if Goldberg wins his qualifier, Russo will waive the no contact clause. Nash comes to the ring, says he wants to know what Russo is smoking. And he says, the title's not on the line unless I say so. I'm not a fighting champ. He says, I got to defend once a month. He goes on the 29th day. If I feel like it, I'll get in the ring and I'll defend it. He goozles Russo. Sting comes up through the ring. Nash flips off Russo and bounces. Sting gets the opportunity. Chases Russo to the 2nd level of the cage. Then Steiner and Jarrett are in. Then the Natural Born Thrillers. Then Cat and Booker. Then Goldberg. And it's a shit show. Come back from break, Russo, Steiner, and Jeff Jarrett are in the office. Everybody's running Russo down for his idiotic plan. Harris brothers come to commentary. They want footage played. It's them going to a bar to attack Chronic earlier in the day. Hooray. Shane Douglas and Tori are with Russo. Douglas wants Goldberg. And says, let's add the new Natural Born Thrillers to make it a handicap match. And Tori's like, no, I don't want their help. So it's going to be one-on-one. Great. Sting versus Vampiro and Muda in a War Games qualifier. Sting wins in about 2 minutes. Muda and Vampiro start shoving each other post-match. The Broad is back with Team Canada for a workout. I don't remember. She might be doing presses at this point. I don't know, something to show off her tits again. Stevie Ray's with Russo complaining about his match tonight. Nash, Jarrett, and Steiner in the back. Jarrett's trying to get Nash on the same page, and Nash is like, nah, I ain't having it. I said, maybe I'll play for the other team. Stevie Ray comes to the ring, runs down Russo because he's booked to face his brother, Booker T, in his qualifying match. Booker comes out, has a bandage on his neck. Don't know if he cut himself shaving or something. Don't care. Cuts a promo on Russo, and Booker wins in a couple minutes, and Booker runs down Stevie for playing dirty, and Stevie's like, hey, man, I'm just reminding you to keep your eyes open in your match tonight. Outstanding. Chronic arrived to the arena. They asked the Young Dragons if the Harris brothers are here. Harris brothers? And they beat the shit out of the Young Dragons. 3 counter in the ring. Chronic's music hits. They come to the ring. Chronic wrecked the shop. Cut a promo on the Harris brothers. Jarrett comes out and says, Kat, you got to face Chronic to qualify. And yeah, Chronic ends up winning. So Kat's not in the War Games, but apparently that means Chronic is. Because that's another rule. Apparently if you beat... Yeah, so Chronic's now in this.
You could not change the channel if you really were interested in Nitro, because this shit did not make sense. You had to really pay attention to every little thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You had no idea what's going on in the main event.
Like Michael J. Fox from Back to the Future. When the hell did that happen? Shane Douglas versus Goldberg. Tori cuts a promo for reasons. Natural Born Thrillers interfere with Goldberg, cleans house, and gets the win. The Broad is back with Team Canada. Now Major Guns is swimming. We see the Filthy Animals spying from the wall behind. Not the Filthy Animals. MIA. The Broad says... Here's the best part, because the whole time the Broad during all these segments is like, why are you making her do this? Why are you making her do this? It's like, I've had enough. I'm calling security. And Lance Storm just shoves her in the pool. Then the animals come in, and it's like the scene from Caddyshack where the caddies get 5 minutes in the pool, and they all just jump in. That's basically what this is. Minus the Snickers bar. Yeah, there you go. See, I tried to cut you off. Russo's with the Natural Born Thrillers in the office, and Russo's been wearing a New Jersey Devils jersey this whole time. Apparently because he knows the Rangers suck. And we see a hockey helmet on the desk. We'll see that again. And then the Broad, who just got shoved in the pool, is interviewing Arn Anderson. And they at least had the same of the sense of mind to make sure to keep continuity. Her hair is wet. And the Broad asks Arn about David Flair's wedding, and will Rick be there? And Arn goes, I just want to say, the wet look, it's fantastic. Keep it up. Old man Arn Anderson.
And then I pulled out my Glock. Never mind.
And he says, Arn's going to pick up Rick, and they're going to put on their tuxes, and they'll be there for the 9/11 wedding. Big Vito and the Natural Born Thrillers have a promo. It turns into a handicap match. Natural Born Thrillers win. Let's see. And then our main event is War Games 2000 for the world title. Starts with Sting and Jarrett. Steiner's in next. Steiner, who's been on the show earlier, is now wearing a Bill Laimbeer face guard like he broke his nose. Even commentary is like, he's got a face guard on. I wonder what happened.
Maybe hurt his nose a little bit earlier in the night.
Yeah.
Ran into a wall.
Maybe that bump was just a little too much.
Coke? Yeah.
Then Chronic come in as one entrant. Chronic and Steiner go to the second level. Then Russo comes out wearing the hockey helmet. Then the Harris brothers come out, and they're not even in the match. They just climb to the second level. Then it's Nash. Harris brothers and Chronic are now in the crowd. Nash grabs Jeff Jarrett by the throat, then Steiner, then Booker comes out, then Goldberg comes out, which is weird because they're on the same team. Russo and crew handcuff Goldberg to the rope. Nash just camps at the door waiting for whoever grabs the title to bring it down. Actually smart. It's the only smart thing that made sense in all this.
It's the only way to win it.
Yep. Booker gets the title. We see Sting's handcuffed on the second level. Booker eats a guitar shot. Steiner drops the title to the first level. Russo grabs it. And then the Cat runs in, kicks Russo in the heat, which had to hurt with that hockey helmet on. Nash powerbombs the Cat. Nash grabs the title. Goldberg breaks the chain on the cuffs. Super kick to Nash. Stop doing that. Takes out Jarrett. Steiner. Then Russo grabs the title. And as Goldberg's leaving, Bret Hart slams the door in Goldberg's face. Salty.
2 weeks in a row. Go Bret.
So salty. Jarrett grabs the belt, throws it in the ring. Russo and Nash hug. Nash walks out with the title. Good night, folks.
I really thought there was going to be a count. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you running down the list. There's so many participants. I was like, they're going to have to have a title change tonight.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, we got at least one.
When does Russo win the title?
I honestly thought it was that night.
So did I. When he came out with the hockey helmet and everything, I was like, does this guy win the title?
Yeah.
And I'm not going to look it up. I don't want to. I'm actually enjoying
it's the football helmet. It's the football helmet.
Yes. That's right. He did have the football one. Oh, man. Good shit.
No, not really.
No, it really wasn't. No, I meant how you read it all.
Stuttered?
You read it with such passion. Yeah. You know, back when you can stutter. Let's do the movie. Come and listen to my story about a ref named Aubrey Ed. Anyway, it is time for us to finally cap off the series. The Breaking Bag. Breaking Bag.
Breaking Bag? It's like an angry dad carrying groceries into the house.
No, it was the bag that broke in American Beauty, the one that was really beautiful that just flew around in the wind.
Yep.
And then Kevin Spacey. Anyway. What movie were we talking about? No, hey, man, we were talking about the Breaking Bad series. And it's funny because Better Call Saul has more seasons, but it's still considered the Breaking Bad series. And in that universe comes the final movie, which is El Camino. Now, El Camino technically comes before the final season of Better Call Saul, where Saul finally gets caught.
It's the immediate aftermath of Breaking Bad.
Yes, where Jesse speeds out in said El Camino from Fat Todd. Well, Skinny Todd.
Skinny Todd at this point, yeah.
True. Drives off in the El Camino, all happy, screaming, crying. And, man, cops are there immediately. And he had to hurry up and pull over. And while being in that car is when he finds out Walter White has been found and he's dead. So that's when it's official. You find out that Heisenberg is officially dead. So at this point, Jesse really the main one that's still alive outside of Saul that we knew of at this point. Now, the only thing I wish they did in this movie. Do you remember the trailer?
Oh, dude, it was Skinny Pete being interrogated, and they're like, "You're never gonna find him."
And he's like, they left him in a cage and all that shit. So no, I'm not helping you guys find him and putting him in a cage again.
Yeah.
Why the fuck wasn't that
in the movie? Yeah, 100%.
It was such a good.
Yeah,
oh man,
100%.
And for that, man, he shows up to their house, and it's Badger and Skinny Pete just being each other. Yeah, well, you drive like a grandma. Yeah, well, you drive like this. And they're just talking shit with each other. And man, he shows up looking like shit, and they find out on the news that he was being held captive in a cage and all that shit. Because that's what they found when the cops showed up to Skinny Todd and Uncle Jack's place. Now, something that I ended up seeing someone else's theory on it, and it makes sense. When he said, when Badger goes, did they really keep you in that cage? You know, that's twofold. Those guys were still buying that crystal. They're like, yeah, the blue stuff is still out there, man. It's still good as ever. And he's in the basement of some fucking place or a barn or whatever the fuck it was. On what was it, like that fucking pulley rope thing?
Yeah, it was tethered. Yeah, tethered to a rail so he could move up and down in a straight line to get to all the equipment. But, yeah.
So, I mean, like, it's kind of crazy. But don't shave. Shaves his head. Again, Badger and fucking Skinny P are funny as fuck. And he's like, I got all this, you got to do that. And he goes, yeah, you don't want to wear his clothes. No, you don't want to have his car. That's a clown car right there. No outlaw is ever going to be found in that car. They bring back the fucking, and at that point is when they bring back the guy from Breaking Bad, the junkyard guy. Junkyard Joe.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, I remember you, Magnans.
Yeah.
But then there's a thing that went off on Todd's car.
Low jack.
How Skinny P handles it is where I was going with this.
Fucking beautiful.
You took out his one scene, and I'm mad at that. But how he handles this right here, real quick. Give me your keys. Does a switch. We smoked a fat bowl, and we switched cars. He's like, it's what's happening. I'm like, God damn. And he's like, I'll take any lie detector, man. And does it all. Gets rid of all of his drugs, waits, and cops come right in, and he's ready to go. Again, I just wish they showed the interrogation part. Solid. But we do get a lot of flashbacks, too.
Yeah, it was great when they back in the El Camino after Jesse leaves. He hits the basketball hoop, and it falls over.
Yep. So we keep now at this point also getting some flashbacks. And this is where we're seeing Fat Todd. And you're like, wow. The amount that this dude, there's got to be a compilation out there. I've never looked for it, but Uncle Jack says, for the amount of times that he always just says, you know what Uncle Jack says is this and this, and between Breaking Bad and El Camino, treats him like a fucking dog. He's in that cage below and like lowers down a cigarette for him, and he like licks his hand
ice cream,
to fix his fucking hair. The ice cream, yep. Then the fucking pizza and the gun situation.
Yeah.
Could have fucking killed him and moved right on, man. But then obviously it would have been worried about Brock. That's the whole thing, is they're holding the little boy over him, just like they were for the show.
The fucked up thing about Todd's character is, we've definitely talked about it. I don't think it gets talked about enough, though, is that when you look at Todd's mannerisms and how politely he carries himself and how very straightforward he is, you don't really think much of him. He's quite possibly the most psychopathic character in the entire Breaking Bad universe.
I was actually going to say sociopath.
Yeah. He's a fucking lunatic.
His little globe, those little
snow
globes, and it was a thing of him and Lydia.
Mm-hmm.
If you pay attention to that part. The spider in his apartment is the one from the boy that he fucking killed.
Yep.
So then Jesse's finally got into this dude's apartment. And this is where they did one of those really cool shots from up above where you're basically seeing like the floor plan of the house, and he's going spot to spot to spot and moving and fast.
Trying to find his stash of cash.
Exactly. And finally finds it in the fridge. But then those guys come in and dude, solid. I gotta say, solid by the bad guys. Mm-hmm. So the two guys that it turns out to be the guy that made the harness for him.
The tether,
he doesn't find that out till after. Yep. But
welder.
The part where he is, there's him, but then there's the dorky-ish guy that's with him, right? The redhead guy.
Yep.
And Jesse finally gets a gun right to his face, and he's like, I'm not a cop killer. He's like, I just went out of here. And he goes, hey, sheriff. And the guy knows he's not a fucking sheriff. So for him to say it, he went into immediate, I know
knew
something's fucked up mode.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, shit. Like, but you don't even know it at that point that they're not even fucking cops.
Right.
Until he starts tying them up with, like, twist ties and shit, or zip ties and shit. That was a twist. I liked that.
Yep, definitely.
You'll also notice in there, these little parts, right? And they do a great job with that show. His Vamonos Pest wear clothing or uniform was actually in that bedroom. Todd's.
Yep.
Remember they used to.
That's how they work. That's how their mobile lab. Yep.
Exactly. So, and then obviously with the neighbor, he has a chance. He gets the money. They do the split. But and Jesse turns it. If you shoot me, you got to shoot that guy, and then you got to answer to everybody else around here, and blah, 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 blah. And the guy's like, fuck me. I love in the end, because he did the 50-50, or whatever it was, like the 33, or however they split that money right there. And the other guy later goes, wait, what the fuck you mean he got a cut in this shit?
Right.
He had no idea.
He's like, shut the fuck up, take the money.
But all this was to get to the vacuum guy.
Now, wait a minute. Now, when they leave, because they leave together, they leave the apartment together, and they've split up the money. When Jesse walks by the guy's truck, he sees it's the welding company, and remembers that it's the guy that fucking did the thing. Yep, and they do that flashback.
Yep. Man, I like how they did this whole thing. It was a lot of flashbacks, I think, but it was a good amount. What is it? The Ruger, the gun, that he gets for. I like how he gets it from his parents' house, man. Like how he's like, "Can you guys meet me there?" Got him out of the house so he can go into the safe and get his.
And it got the cops that were sitting on the house to follow them
that way too.
Yep,
smart move. Really fucking smart move. When he first goes to see the fucking vacuum guy, I love it, and he's like, because he doesn't have, he's like, Pro Max, the dude, you're the dude, man, come on, dude, and he's like, I'm like 99% sure, but the funniest fucking thing is when he does the cop thing, he's like, you didn't really call the cops, because the dude or whatever is like, hang on the line, someone's gonna be here, and then the cop shows up. I'm like, he's like, fuck.
It's just scurry to grab the money and get the fuck out of there, because he basically tells him, hey, you called for a pickup once, so you owe me for that first one, and you owe me for the next one, and it's an inflated rate because you're an active fugitive right now all over the fucking news.
And for fucking $3,000, it was like he had everything there out of all of it, even the money from Badger and everybody. Which, by the way, little note, do you know what the money was from in their pockets?
It's the money that Walt paid them. Yep.
Yeah, for the being the best hitman.
The laser pointers, west of the Rockies or whatever, yeah.
So, oh my God, but that's... I thought that right there, that was pretty well done, man. Just honestly, I think the way that the entire movie is pretty well done, and then to lead into the part where, he's like, I'll get you the money, and he goes to get the gun, and then goes to that shop where those guys are, and they have their old Western face-off. The best part is the guy that can't put the plate of Coke down, and he's just holding it to his face. He's like, what's going to happen? He's just still holding the Coke.
That is fucking great.
With the gun in his pocket.
Brilliant move, yeah.
Solid move. But then later, dude, your jacket's on fire.
Yeah.
From that. Misses almost every shot before killing the other guy. But then, gets all the money. Gets those guys' IDs. It was...
When he got their IDs, it just showed you, it just reinforced how much shit he's been through and how he's been doing this long enough, and he learned some shit. That's some shit that Heisenberg would have done.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Even any of the other guys. Yep.
Yeah. So he's like, "Give me your IDs." He's like, "I know where you guys fucking live." He's like, "You guys got kids? You want to keep them? Don't say shit about me."
That's what I like. He goes, "I got kids." He goes, "I give a shit."
Yeah. Yep.
And then, is it the beginning of the movie, or is it... No, the beginning of the movie, it's him talking to Mike.
Yep.
And Mike is telling him, Alaska's where you go. You want to start fresh, there you go.
Which is also what I think they also talked about it with, what's her name? The girl that was living next
Jane.
door, Jade. They were talking about Alaska as well.
Because they end up having a conversation sitting on the hood of his car right before he gets to Alaska. Yep.
But I did see some shit, and obviously, with big shows like this, there's always conspiracy theories and just different takes. I saw a take where, when that's opening scene, Mike never looks at Jesse, or they never both look at each other, and the idea is that Mike is Jesse from the future.
Oh, wow.
Just an interesting, kind of a mindfuck thing. I mean, obviously that's not what it was, but in a way it kind of was, right? It was his more wiser self saying, this is what you do, kid, or you're going to end up like me.
It's funny because when I went through Saul again recently, it's like the way he cared. He ended up liking Nacho, but he really fucking cared about Jesse in the end.
Yeah.
It is funny because you're not the guy, but he ended up being the guy for it. And then obviously Robert Forster guy gets him. Forster gets him to Alaska, and the letter that he has, he's like, "You sure you want to send this?" It's to Brock, and you can only assume what it's saying. It's probably like, "Hey, some psychopathic nut named Todd fucking killed your mom. I watched it, but don't worry, he's dead. I killed him by choking him out with a fucking chain."
Something to that
extent.
extent.
Hope life is a lot better on your end, kid.
Good luck, fella.
Hope you have closure with this.
Yeah,
Your
right.
mom was shot in the back of the fucking head.
I'm sure you're in an orphanage.
Like I said, man, I think it was a good wrap up, and I mean, it's someone had to at least end pretty well. I mean, out of everybody overall, Kim isn't having that great of a life. She's with that fucking dull life and marriage and shit. Saul's in jail. Heisenberg's dead. Everybody else is fucking dead in the cartel. Jesse's the one that actually got away, man.
And through all the shit that he went through, he kind of deserves it. And here's the best thing. Jesse wasn't supposed to make it out of season 1.
I was just going to say, the dude that was never supposed to live had a movie made about him getting free from all of this shit.
Yeah. And here's the thing. You can make the argument that, Jesse just driving away on the El Camino at the end of Breaking Bad, that's all you needed. Right? He's happy, he's freaked out, he's scarred for life, but he's out, right? But this was a nice closure, just because I think Jesse did became such a sympathetic figure, just because every time from the beginning of the series to the end of the series that he just tried to make things right. Walt pulled him right back in. Walt kept pulling him back in, and he really didn't get free until after Walt died. And even then he had to go through hell to get out. So I think it was satisfying. I know a lot of people talked about shit about this movie. The aging aside, which is going to happen, I thought it was decent. I thought it was good.
For Todd, Todd's really the only one that had the aging issue in El Camino.
Aaron Paul did
They
a little
brought
bit.
back a little bit, but don't forget, they also brought back Walter White, where they had breakfast at the hotel that they were staying at.
After they got stranded, the battery died.
Yes. So what I love is that he's eating a shitload of pineapple, and he's like, "It's got bromine, man. It's like good stuff for you." But he goes, "You should go to business." Oh, he goes like, "I don't know, maybe sports management." And of course, Walter doing his thing. No. You should do business management. A guy like you could teach the class. But then he goes, "It's got to get your GED." Why would I need a GED? I got my diploma. You were on stage, Dick. I laugh every fucking time at that. You were on stage, Dick.
Oh, shit. What were the shirts that they had? They had the matching shirts, so it was like some country artist or something? Was it like John Denver?
I know. Oh,
or
God, I can't remember. Yes.
Something like that. I don't remember who it was, but...
they end up having that little wrap-up, too, where he was in the movie.
Yeah. Kind of gets closure with everybody who's close to... Minus Gus, but,
Which
never
is
was
fine.
really close with him, so...
Gus had his face off. I did the face off.
No more drugs for this guy.
Oh my God, my thing stopped recording at 2 minutes.
Go fuck yourself.
Just kidding. Hey, it was a rough day, but we got through it, right?
We got through it.
And this is the quickest episode when it came to the topic of the Breaking Bad series.
Yeah. Thank God for that, anyway.
That 2-hour banger in the fucking... that sounds bad.
Yeah.
Hotel
Retract
room.
that previous statement.
Let me try
Yeah.
this. The time we recorded a podcast sitting at the desk of the table the desk table at my hotel room during Jazz Fest.
Smelled like Jazz
Fest. When
Fest.
I thought we were going to get through all 3 of them that day.
Yeah.
And I think I just started talking
reading the
about
script.
How...
All right, season 1, episode 1. Cold open.
What's for cereal?
You got to get the Captain Crunch berries.
You guys were drug dealers the whole time. You didn't tell me.
So which is it? Are you lying, or is he lying? Which is it?
Such a bitch.
It really is Jimmy grown up from South Park.
Jimmy. You're nothing but a pussy.
Pussy. Even looks like him.
He's got the same
haircut and everything.
Now that's how you cap off that series. All right. Hey, next week we're back, and of course we'll have some results. We got Bring It to the Table. We got Monday Night Wars. But you know what we got next week is the top topic? Baby, it is the 10th edition of non-wrestling. Some have been weird. Some have been influential, as many people have put it. I don't know who. Maybe it's the people over in India who keep sending messages to us every day.
Oh, that motherfucker. I was about to fucking go off on his ass the other day. Stop. I really wanted to put not today, ISIS.
I'm the professor. I'm going to bid you a farewell before we get kicked off by that guy. Bidding the farewell. Let's see, what else do I normally do? ODM and his thoughts.
Thanks, Professor. A ref is a ref. Of course. And no one can talk to a ref, of course. That is, of course, unless the ref is the famous Aubrey Ed. The Top of Wrestling Podcast is brought to you by The Top of Wrestling Podcast. Your hosts are the Professor Mark Fantasia and ODM The Doc Joe Rizzo. Feel free to reach out to the show by email at thetopofwrestling@gmail.com, on their Facebook page, Twitter page, Instagram page. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. You can listen to the show on most popular platforms, including iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, Amazon Music, Pandora, and YouTube. Without your continued support, it would be just some guys talking wrestling, which is pretty much what it is anyway. Good night, folks.
know what would be nice about our show? We're going to be something, we're like a diamond in the rough tomorrow on social media. Tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, isn't everybody going back to school? So we're going to be seeing thousands of kids going back to school.
Oh, it started today, yeah. My kid went back today,
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Did you guys do the sign?
I don't do that gay-ass shit with the fucking little movie thing where they write down what grade they're in and their weight and their fucking blood type. Fucking so stupid.
Their fucking blood type.
I fucking hate that shit, dude. I'm sorry, man. I fucking hate it. Listen, when my kids were younger, I just post a picture and I'm like, oh, look how cute they are. And they were cute back then. Now, get the fuck out of my face. You're in fucking high school, bitch. Nobody cares. If I like your kids, I see them. If I don't, piss off.
And then you got the, oh, this is my 5,188th day of work.
Yeah. Be glad you're alive.
You know what I miss doing?
Fucking chicks in the ass?
Nah, not a fecal matter guy.
Wow.
All right, before I lose this recording, why don't we try and do some wrestling? You ever play Red Dead Redemption?
Oh, my God. All right, I'm done. I put it down.